You like to dance close to the fire, don't you?
Well, that's rather suggestive, and a bit forward coming from someone who isn't wearing pants. But, hello and welcome to another Mod of the Day showcase video for the mods of the 2023 Winter Modjam. Today we're taking a look at Fort Ghostmoth by Markond, a scenic new Imperial Navy fort that you can discover just outside the northern harbour of Dagon Fel. A glorious vista of verticality along Morrowind's northern coastline, Fort Ghostmoth is a waystation for the Imperial Navy in the Sea of Ghosts, providing a safe harbour for patrol vessels just north of Dagon Fel. But unlike the other Imperial forts of Morrowind, Fort Ghostmoth has a rather unique design, utilising an almost octagonal style base for the fort, with a large lookout tower / lighthouse to help guide Imperial Navy ships to port, making for just a rather lovely new addition to the skylines of the Sheogorad. And this works especially well with Mal Bogatrol's Spines of Madness landscape overhaul, which, in fact, this mod was built with in mind. Just as a quick FYI, Fort Ghostmoth is located on an island from the vanilla game, so this isn't a new island, just in case you were wondering about compatibility concerns. But anyway, going on inside, Fort Ghostmoth owes its unique design to its history as a priory of Talos, once administered by the Imperial cult. But those days are long gone. The only evidence of this history now is the massive statue of Talos that dominates the main chambers of this unusual fort. At that, and one of the priors has set up an infirmary in one of the wings. The atmospheric lighting in here is simply gorgeous, with a lot of lovely verticality and open-air spaces that gives Fort Ghostmoth just such a grand appearance, where the statue of Talos can be seen from just almost every part of the fort. It seems only fitting that this won not just third place overall in the Winter Modjam competition, but also won the awards for most atmospheric interior and best interior design. An incredible feat for a mod built over the course of a single weekend. Now, you will notice that there's an awful lot of tents and bedrolls just in the main chambers. And as mentioned before, this was originally a priory that was made into an Imperial Navy fort. And consequently, there isn't actually enough space for all these soldiers and sailors, hence they've had to make do with what sleeping arrangements that they could cobble together. Kind of a neat, little miss of detail here, though this doesn't quite explain where all the pants went. Perhaps things just operate a bit differently in the Navy? After all, who needs pants if you're sailing a boat? But anyway, the fort here has a few separate wings, including a dining hall, quarters for the commander, and of course the aforementioned infirmary. Each one is fairly immersively detailed and decorated, with a handful of services, including the prior in the infirmary who can, sell you a few potions, and the quartermaster with food and drink. And if you need a bit of a laydown, there's plenty of bedrolls that you can use. But anyway, all in all, this is certainly just one of the more impressive mods out of the 2023 Winter Modjam. The incredibly unique design of Fort Ghostmoth makes it well worth visiting, and the only thing it really needs is a few more quests to, better flesh it out. But otherwise, this is another fantastic verticality adding location mod by Markond, and an excellent addition to your game. But anyway, that's just our mod of the day. So as always, I've been your host, our Golf Guy. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, happy modding, and I'll see you all next time.